All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. You are live and direct with your Akazaki Yahoo, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say, Shalom, Wa Baruchi. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together. And we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this evening by my most esteemed Ak Akinanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Maki. Ashar Shabbat, Yasharal. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wahamalak, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah.
Hallelujah. Happy Sabbath. All praises to Yahweh in the name of his beloved son, Yahweh Shah, the Messiah, the King, and bless you. Hallelujah. On this Sabbath, young. All praises to the Abba. So we are back again, back in the book of Shemoth. Any apologies to anybody who was looking for us earlier. I had a little headache, and praises to the Abba. You know, a little bit of time and a little bit of Baruch, and feeling better. So praises to the Abba. We're gonna jump in here and we're gonna get through this text, and it's gonna be good, most high willing. And we're gonna get straight to it here. Let me close this up in 1 second here. And here we go. All right, let me throw this in here. All right. Here we go with we are in chapter number 15. So this is Salaki. This is the book of Shemoth. Bear with me, people. This is the book of Shemoth, chapter number 15. The song of Moshe and Yisrael. Yashal. Verse 1. Then sang Moshe and the children of Israel this song unto Yahuwah, and spoke, saying, I will sing unto Yahuwah, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horseman and the rider he hath thrown into the sea. Yahuwah is my strength and my song, and he has become my salvation. He is my power, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's power, and I will exalt him. Yahuwah is a man of war. Yahuwah is his name. Pharaoh's chariot and his armies, his hosts, have he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank unto the bottom as a stone. His right hand, your right hand, O Yahuwah, is become glorious in power. Your right hand, O Yahuwah, have dashed in pieces the enemies. And in the greatness of your excellency, you have overthrown them that rose up against you. You sendeth forth your wrath and consumed them as stubble. All praises to the Abba. This is a beautiful song right here. Hallelujah, indeed. This is a beautiful writing. Absolutely beautiful. I'll stop right here because I love how verse 7 is, in your greatness and your excellency have you overthrown them that rose up against you. When they came against Israel, they came against Yasha'al, they came against Abed, the Most High. They came against him. They came against the strength of Israel. And they thought they was going to be all right. They wasn't all right because they ended up out of there. So that's beautiful. Continue here, verse 8. And with the blast of your nostrils, the waters were gathered together, and the flood stood upright at a heap, as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them, and I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. You did blow with the wind. It's like you did blow with your wind. The sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty water. My goodness. They sank as lead. Look, they pulling no punches on this. You I think in modern term, you'd be like, yeah, you smoked them good. If I speak, my goodness, I just imagine the song that'll be singing. Um, if we go back to this song, or if we have a modern version, a remix of it. Verse 11. Um, Who is like unto you, O Yahuwah, among deities? Nah. Who is like you, glorious, set apart, uh, fearful in praises, doing wonders? You stretched out your right hand, and the earth swallowed them. You in your mercy have led the people which have redeemed, which you have redeemed, and have guided them in your strength unto your set apart habitation. The people will hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold of the habitation of Palestinian. Look, they already calling out their next.
God.
Call them out. What they gonna do? We got Abayah with us. What they gonna do? They ain't got nothing for us. They don't want no smoke with the power of Israel.
That's right.
Hallelujah. Look here, verse 15. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. He calling them out. Like we got all of them. Abba got all of them, man. We ain't worried about none of these cats. Verse 16. Fear and dread shall fall upon them from the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as one as a stone till the people pass over. O Yahuwah, till the people pass over, which you have purchased. I guess I could have said, but to the people Passat. Verse 17. You shall bring them in and plant them in the mountains of your inheritance, in a place, O Yahuwah, which you have made for you to dwell in the sanctuary, O Yahuwah, which your hands have established, Salaki. Yahuwah shall reign forever and ever. For the horse, Salaki, for the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with the horsemen into the sea. And Yahuwah brought again the waters and the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And Miriam and the prophets and the sister of Aharon, took the tambourine in her hand, and all the women went out with their tambourines and with dances. And Miriam answered them, singing, "You, yea, to Yahuwah, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider have he thrown into the sea. Yea, unto Yahuwah, for he had triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider he had thrown in the sea."
God, God.
Praise, all praises, hallelujah. Um, Yahuwah provides water. Verse 22. So Moshe brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out unto the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when it came to Mari, they could not drink of the water in Mari, for they were bitter. Therefore, the name of it was called Mari. So I'm pretty sure Mari means what, bitter water, or probably bitter.
Bitter.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember us looking at that. Yeah, bitter. Yeah, kind. Yeah. All right. Verse 24. And the people murmured against Moshe, saying, "What shall we drink?" Now it's ironic. It's ironic, because yeah, I mean, you would think that they was like, I know they was probably going in. I know how our people can be, but it's ironic that when they say, and the people murmured against Moshe, saying, "What shall we drink?" Because what shall we drink is not. I wouldn't say that was murmuring, but I'm pretty sure that they were saying a lot more than that.
Indeed. We know our folks, you know.
Right. God. Oh, this and that, such and such, brought us out here. We ain't got enough water. We ain't nothing to drink. Man, he trying to kill us, man.
Come.
Yeah, I'm sure it was cutting up pretty bad. So, verse 25. And he cried unto Yahuwah, and Yahuwah showed him a tree, which he had cast into the water, and the waters were made sweet. And he had made them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. So I think if they would have just been cool and said, ask ask our power to provide us some water, you know what I'm saying? I think it would have been cool. But instead of doing that, they want to start fussing and complaining. You know, that's where they get that murmuring term at. Verse 26. And said, "If you will diligently hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah your power, and will do that which is right in his sight, he will give ear, and will give ear to his commandments and keep his statutes. I will put none of these diseases upon you, which I have brought upon Mizraim, for I am Yahuwah that healeth you." And they came to Elim, where the 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. So now, not only did he deliver them something to drink then, but he gave them a resting place with wells of water and palm trees. Now, I don't know if palm trees are known for what they're known for, but I know they're pretty rare. Matter of fact, let's go back. Select it 1 second. I don't know why that's palm trees right there and not Select it. Let's see what this is. Tamar.
Hmm.
Yeah, palm trees are date palms. What's a date palm? Is that like a tree that they give dates?
You know, I'm not sure.
Let me see what Google said about that. I wonder if that's one of them. What did they say anything about dates before?
Yeah, but you know, palm trees is something that we brought with us from wherever we went. Somehow, we continued palm trees. Like you go over to West Africa, and palm trees is something that is prevalent. You know.
Huh, okay. Yeah. See this these are dates, huh?
Okay, yeah, come.
So you can eat these. So what was they? Well, shit, no reason to be complaining. Then you got dates. You can eat them things, and then you got water. I mean, come on now. We got
We love to complain.
sadly, sadly,
Well,
that is a character flaw in this nation. And we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. I was wondering why it said palm trees and not, something else. So, but let's continue. This is the book of Shemoth, chapter number 16. Yahuwah provides manna, verse 1. And he took, and they took their journey to Elam, or Elim, if I'm slacking, Elim. And all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after they had departed out of the land of Mizraim. The whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moshe and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Who is slacking? Would to be the Most High, we had died by the hand of Yahuwah in the land of Mizraim. I don't know why in the world you would say that, because you're talking about the one that can do it.
mm-hmm.
And so I don't, there's never an appropriate time to say that. So that's ridiculous. Um, Continuing. When we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full, for you have brought us forth unto this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Verse 4. Then said Yahuwah unto Moshe, Behold, I will rain bread of Shamaim for you, and the people shall go out and gather at certain rates every day, and I will prove them whether they will walk in my Torah or no. Like what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep my ways, or they're gonna do what they want to do. Let's see. Verse 5. And it shall come to pass that on the sixth day you shall prepare that which you shall bring in, and you shall be and it shall be twice as much as they get as they gather daily. It's like it. Verse 6. And Moshe and Aaron said unto the children of Israel, At even you shall know that Yahuwah hath brought you forth out of the land of Mizraim. And in the morning you shall see the glory of Yahuwah, for he hearing your murmuring against Yahuwah. For what are we that you murmur against us? Like, look, you're not running me down. I'm not the one that delivered anything. I'm just the
Mm-hmm.
man that he talked to. So you can't step on my toes. Uh, Continuing. Yahuwah provides meat. Verse 8. And Moshe said, This shall be when Yahuwah will give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. For that Yahuwah hear your murmuring, which you murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against Yahuwah. And Moshe spake unto Aaron, saying, Say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before Yahuwah, for he have heard your murmuring. And it came to pass, as Aharon came unto the congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked towards the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Yahuwah appeared in the cloud. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, I've heard the murmuring of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at even you shall eat flesh, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah your power. And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when they saw the dew that laid was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as a hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, it is manna, for they risked not. So they didn't know what it was.
Right.
And, yeah. And Moshe said unto them, this is the bread which Yahuwah have given you to eat. This is the thing which Yahuwah have commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take you every man for them which are in your tents, or which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. And when they did murder it, or meaty, what is that? Meaty?
Minted.
Oh, minted. Look, I'm trying too hard, I guess. When they did minted it, and Omer, he that gathered much had nothing left over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moshe said, let no man leave it until the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moshe, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moshe was wroth with them. So so this is some good lesson, some good learning lesson here. Two things we've learned so far. Keep your complaining to yourself. Don't even think it. If you get it in your mind, cash it out, because you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. In a whole lot of trouble. So don't be complaining. Number one. Number two, follow instructions. Simplest thing in the earth. Follow instructions. Don't leave it till the morning. And you leave it until the morning. Now you got the man of the Most High, wrath. I mean, come on. This is simple stuff. Simple. So take notes and don't do the same thing again. Verse 21. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. Sabbath observed. Verse 22. It came to pass that on the sixth day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers, for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moshe. And he said unto them, this is that which Yahuwah have said. Tomorrow is the rest of the set apart Sabbath unto Yahuwah. Bake that which you shall bake today, and seed that which you shall seed, and that which remaineth lay up for you to keep until the morning. And they laid it up until morning. And Moshe bade, as Moshe bade, and it did not stink, neither were there any worms therein. So I tell you, this is not a normal situation here, because second day of the week, you leave it over to the morning, you get worms.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth day of the week, you leave it over to the morning, there is no worms, or they don't stink. So I tell you exactly what's going on here. Verse 25. And Moshe said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto Yahuwah. Today you shall not find it in the field. 6 days shall you gather it, but the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day for to gather, and they found none. Now these knucklehead Israelites that went out on the Sabbath yom after being told not to do this. They went and did it anyway. My goodness. You know, this is how your power will get frustrated with you pretty quick. This is how your power will say, you know what? I got to get away from y'all because y'all going to make me kill all y'all. Because y'all just too doggone silly. My goodness. Verse 28. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, how long refuse you to keep my commandments and my law? How long you gonna not keep my commandments and my instruction and my Torah? Now imagine Moshe in his tent, minding his business, and Yahuwah called unto him with, I'm pretty sure it was not a pleasant. This wasn't hey Moses, hey, can I speak to you real quick?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, he was hot. You know what I'm saying? That little voice I did, that was nothing compared to what he I'm sure what he heard. Verse 26. Slacky, I said 26. Verse 29. For see, for that Yahuwah have given you the Sabbath. Therefore, he give you on the sixth day bread for 2 days. Abide every one in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. Stay your butt home. Stay inside. Don't even come outside. You too doggone knuckleheaded. Just stay inside. Don't even come outside. You don't need no sun. Just stay inside. Just stay in. Stay in. I just imagine the you know, this is, I'm imagining this. I'm just thinking about myself in Moshe's position, because not that I'm trying to say that I'm trying to be that. I'm just saying you find this information out secondhand. I mean, you know, not secondhand. You find out from the source, but to find out that the people outside doing exactly what you told them not to do, you give instruction, you expect people to follow the instruction,
Right.
and they don't. You know what I'm saying? And then you get scolded, and you're like, "What? What happened?"
And
You know
and we know, you know, because at this point, you know, people who are new to this story will
right.
just simply wonder, you know, is Moses gonna lose his cool? Is Moses gonna just continue to pretty much allow these people, you know, dealing with these people's uh backbiting and murmuring? Is how's he gonna handle that? And you know, you and I know how this story plays out, but
Right.
you know, this indeed took a toll on our elder Moshe.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, as it would anybody. You know, nobody can endure this level of what's the word? I want to say disrespect, but then I want to say stiff-neckedness well, not stiff-neckedness, but hard-headedness. That's just hard-headed. Just do what I ask you to do. It's simple. You can't deal with your children like this, or these grown folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Continuing. Verse 30. So the people rested on the seventh day. So now they rested because they didn't been sent into their tent. Stay there. Don't move. Don't even come out. Verse 31. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna. And it was like coriander seed, white. And
Coriander.
Coriander, Salaki. Coriander seed, white. And the taste of it was like wafers, made with honey. So this was some good stuff here. Some wafers with honey, that sounds good. Verse 32. And Moshe said, this is the thing which Yahuwah commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations. And they may see the bread thereof I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Mizraim. Now, my question is, where is that omer? Because these heathens have stole our stuff. So I wonder if they got it and ate it, or if it's still intact somewhere. I hope it's still intact somewhere. Verse 33. And Moshe said unto Aaron, take a pot and put an omer of manna therein, and lay it up before Yahuwah to be kept for your generations. And as Yahuwah commanded Moshe, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came into the land of inhabitation. And they did eat manna until they came into the borders of the land of Canaan. Now, an omer is a 10th part of an ephah. All right. Continuing. It's the book of Shemoth, chapter number 17. Water in the rock. Verse 7. Verse 1. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Verse 7. Where did it come from? And all the congregation of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journey, according to the commandment of Yahuwah, and pitched in Rephidim. I'm saying Ra. It's a Re or Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Now, you think they learned from the first time? Let's see. Verse 2. Therefore, the people did chide with Moshe and said, give us water that we may drink. As Moshe said unto them, why chide you with me? Therefore, do you tempt Yahuwah? There we go again.
Right.
Living and not learning. That is the biggest mistake you can make. Don't walk in traffic, barely miss getting hit by a car, and think I can walk in traffic anyway, anytime. No, you got to learn from that time you did it, and now you made it. So don't try it again, because you might not make it this next time.
Come.
Verse 3. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moshe and said, wherefore is it that you have brought us up out of Mizraim to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? Like, why you bring us out of here? You gonna try to kill us with thirst? Like, man, if y'all don't sit down and be quiet. Verse 4. And Moshe cried unto Yahuwah, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. That sounds like some. If that ain't black folk stuff, I don't know what is. These people about
Huh?
ready to kill me out here. Verse 5. Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go, go on before the people, and take with you of the elders of Israel, and your rod wherein you shall smite the river. Take in your hand and go. Did I read that right? Go before the people and take with you the elders of Israel and your rod wherewith, I said wherein, Shalakia, wherewith you smote the river and take it in your hand. So yeah, he wanted to take the rod that he used to split the river, and we're gonna go and we're gonna make something happen here. Verse 6. Behold, I will stand before you upon the rock of Hebron, Horeb, and you shall smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, and the people may drink. And Moshe did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the people, and he called the name of the place Massa.
Masa.
Massa. Okay, I'll try to get another one. Massa and Meribah. Behold, because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted Yahuwah, saying, Is Yahuwah among us or not? Dude, don't. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to think, what would I do in these situations? What am I going to say? What would I do if I'm hearing somebody to my right, if I'm hearing somebody to my left saying these things? Is Yahuwah with us? Is the Most High with us? Are we out here by ourselves? Are we going to die out here in the wilderness? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, what do I do in this situation? Like, do I grab them and say, shut up?
I think this would be definitely, and it's one time talk. It's the one, we have this conversation one time.
Yeah,
I showed them in the scripture what happened to our ancestors that murmured,
yeah,
those that spoke against Moshe, those that spoke against the Most High. I tell them this one time,
yeah,
and I get away from them.
yeah. God. So that the earth don't swallow you up with them.
Huh?
Indeed. All right, continuing. Amalek fought. Verse 8. Now look, this is ironic because look, all your chiding, all your murmuring, and now look what happened. Then came Amalek. Is that a coincidence? I mean, is that just happenstance? Then came Amalek and fought with Israel at Rephidim. And Moshe said unto Joshua, Choose us out men to go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand. He said, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, so do it. Get ready for them tonight. So where did these Amalekites come from? Is the question. Verse 10. So Joshua did as Moshe had said unto him, and fought with Amalek. And Moshe, Aharon, Hur, went to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moshe held up his hands, Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hands, Amalek prevailed. So that's a daunting task, by the way. You're talking about an old man. Moshe is not a young guy anymore. His youth
Right.
was spent. I shouldn't say wasted. His youth was spent in the land of the Midianite king or Midianite priest. And so, yeah, to hold his hands up in the air for the sake of winning the fight, that's a great ask. Verse 12. But Moshe, but Moshe's hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands on the one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So they had to
You
wrap
know,
his hands up. Head up.
what do you think that symbolized? You know what I mean? The is the Most High trying to teach us here that we need to depend upon Him for everything, like
Yeah,
war, our provisions. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the only thing I could pull from that. You know?
yeah. That and I kind of get a vision, almost like the Messiah. You know how he had his hands up on that stake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Moshe was in that kind of like in that position, but he wasn't
Yeah.
tied. He wasn't nailed. You know what I'm saying? So his natural. That's hard to hold yourself up like that. Now imagine multiply that with a nail in your hand. Your hands being nailed and your feet. You know what I'm saying? And being pierced in your side and all of these things. So that is a lot to consider. Continuing here, and Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out of remembrance of Amalek from
Mm-hmm.
Shamaim. So Amalek's supposed to be done over with. All of Amalek. And Moshe built an altar and called the name of it Yahuwah Yahuwah Shani or Yahuwah Nisi, it's like it. Yahuwah Nisi.
Uh-huh.
And that's uh
My defender.
was is it Defender? I thought it was Banner. Banner, yeah, Banner.
Okay, my banner.
Yeah, Banner. Yeah, because that's what that represented, that banner of him holding his hands up for all that time. Verse 16. For he said, because Yahuwah have sworn that Yahuwah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Well, guess what? Amalek been getting away for a while, but Amalek can't get away for good. So wherever Amalek is, he got some splaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
We got a comment from somebody. What he Yehud means? What's you say? What he? Or, I don't speak their language. Whatever your name is, I can't read your name or your language. If you're trying to say what is my name mean, I don't know. I don't know what you are trying to say here. But if it say Yehuda, Yehuda mean praise Yah. So if you don't know, now you know. All right, continuing. Chapter 18. Yethro, Moshe's father-in-law. Now, just keep in mind here, I mentioned this last time. Keep in mind here that Amalek just got his butt whooped. And here we're about to see Yethro on the scene, Moshe's father-in-law. All right. verse 1. It's the book of Shemoth, chapter 18 and verse 1. Then Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moshe's father-in-law, heard that the Most High had done for what the Most High had done for Moses and for the children and for the Israel, his people, and Yahuwah had brought out of Mizraim, had brought them out of Mizraim, had brought Israel out of Mizraim. Then Jethro, Moshe's father-in-law, took Zilpah, Moshe's wife, after he had taken her, sent her back, and her two sons, which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer. Eliezer?
Eleazar.
Is it Eliezer?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Slacky, my bad. Eliezer. I thought it was Azar was with an A.
Uh,
Like Eli Ezer.
Ezer. Yeah, Ezer.
Okay. So that. Continuing. For the power of my fathers, said he, was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. So that kind of makes sense how he is kind of talking about that because that's really what he was coming to talk to him about at the same time. But you think he would mention that, yeah, we just got through with a battle and had to whoop Amalek.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going to do that. verse 5. And Jethro, Moshe's father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moshe in the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of the Most High. He said unto Moshe, I, your father-in-law, Jethro, came unto you, and your wife, and her two sons. Why do they keep saying her two sons? I don't like that. With her.
Right.
I don't like that. That's like, hold up. She has some children without him? Verse 7. And Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law and did obedience. He saluted him basically and kissed him and asked each of them of their welfare. And they came into the tent. And Moshe told his father-in-law that Yahuwah had done unto Pharaoh and unto Mizraim and the Mizraites for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had came by the way, and how Yahuwah delivered them. Now, I pointed out last time, ironically, he just so happened to leave out the idea that they just thumped the heads of Amalek and sent Amalek packing. They fought with Amalek from the light to the dark and sent him on up out of there. But he didn't mention that to Jethro. He didn't mention that to Jethro. Why is that? Because Jethro is a Midianite. Midian and Amalek and all the rest of those cats, they all from the same place, and they all thick and tight. They all good buddies.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been kind of out of place for Moshe to talk about, yeah, just whoop your boy, just whoop your boys up, send them home bloody, He didn't mention that, but he mentioned
Right.
all that happened to Mizraim, So Moshe was being wise here, keeping that peace. I'm sure Jethro probably heard many. They got whooped. Probably saw him running. They probably was running past him on his way to Moshe. The ones that was left. Verse 8. And Slacky. Verse 9, actually. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahuwah had done to Israel, whom he delivered out of the land, out of the hand of the Mizrahites. Jethro said, "Blessed be Yahuwah, who have delivered you out of the hand of the Mizrahites and the hand of Pharaoh, who have delivered the people from under the hand of the Mizrahites." Even though we get, uh, well, no, I guess that would have been, some time ago. But I'm thinking, Jethro had to have gone to Mizraim to get food because he was older,
Mm-hmm.
so he had to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know because I'm trying to compare his age in my mind to that of Yosef, but we're generations beyond that now. So I don't know. He
You still there, Aki?
I just bounced.
Okay, yeah, Con, because I couldn't hear you.
Now I lost Kenaniah. I was spinning and somehow he dropped off. So he'll be right back. We're gonna give him just a minute and he'll pop back in and then we'll get back to the reading. So part of the reason why we were so kind of late getting in is because and we didn't do the what we normally would do areas. Yeah, somehow I dropped you off.
What's that?
I said somehow you dropped off.
Well, yeah, because I was saying I was talking, but I don't think you could hear me, and I couldn't hear you saying anything, so I logged off and then logged back in.
Oh, okay, kind. Okay, I thought it had dropped you off, but I know it looked like it was me spinning because the screen had disappeared and I could just see what is going on with this thing.
Yeah, it's doing it again.
Yeah, I wonder if I need to. Let me see. I'm gonna see if we can make it through this because we close.
Come.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can make it through. Um, I'm watching it. So hopefully we won't need to restart. Verse 11. No, uh, now I know that Yahuwah is greater than all deities, for in the thing wherein they dwell proudly, he was above them. So these deities he's talking about got to be um, Maliks, got to be. I'm guessing. I'm have to be. I'm guessing. So, verse 12. And Jethro, Moshe's father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrificed for the Most High. And the Haron came, and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moshe's father-in-law before the Most High. So he went ahead and made an offering to the power. Like, man, your power's so great. Let me make an offering to him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
Well,
13.
he would have known about the Most High as well, being from the tribe of
So,
Midian.
yeah, from the seed of Abraham. Yeah, indeed.
God.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that's interesting because it never mentions his deity. Never mentions who he worships. He just
And I
calls him.
think Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Midianites got into polytheism,
Yeah,
multiple deities.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's what he said here. That he is the greatest of all. He said Yahuwah is the greatest of all. So,
Uh-huh.
verse 13. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moshe set to judge the people. And the people stood by Moshe from the morning until the evening. And when Moshe's father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, what is this thing that you do to the people? Why sitteth you yourself alone, and all the people stand by you from morning to the evening? Like, well, this is crazy. This is not sustainable. You can't do this. You're gonna kill yourself.
Right.
But you need that. You need that eldership sometimes. It's just say, like, man,
Uh-huh.
what you know, you can't do that. So verse 15. And Moshe said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to acquire of the Most High. Then they have, when they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and the other. And I do make them known the statutes of the Most High and his Torah. At the councils Moshe. Verse 17. And Moshe's father-in-law said unto him, the thing that you do is not good. You will surely wear away uh, both you and this people that's with you. This thing is too heavy for you, and you are not able to perform it yourself alone. Well, you can't do this. This is too much. Too many people. You just imagine how many Israelites we're talking about here. 600,000 came out. That's men. It's not
Right.
including women and
Right.
children. You know what I'm saying? And they've been having children out ever since. Like, children hadn't stopped coming.
I mean,
It's
yeah, and in our communities, women and children always outnumber men.
right. Exactly. Exactly. So you're talking probably, it's probably close to 2
2 to 3
million.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So, whew, I just imagine Moshe about to lose his mind. And Jethro, like, what are you doing? Verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice, and I will give you counsel, and the Most High shall be with you. Be you for the people uh, to the Most High ward, and you may bring the cause unto the Most High. Like, right, see, this is where this isn't where we get captains over 10s and 20s and 50s. Is it captain over 10, 50?
Captains of 50, 100. Yeah. No, 10, 50, and 100.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so the smaller the number, the bigger your rank. And then the bigger your number, the smaller your rank. So when you get captains over 100, well, isn't it captain over 1,000 too?
I believe so.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the lowest man when he got 1,000 people under him. That's because you think about it like a policeman on patrol. He's got 1,000 in his district or on his beat, and he deal with all those people. Uh, so yeah, I hate to make that comparison, but we in captivity. Verse
Yeah.
20. And you shall teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. So yeah, hand this thing off and you teach them the right way to do it. Verse 21. Moreover, you shall prove out of the people above able men, it's like you, out of all the people, able men, such as fear the Most High, men of truth, uh, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds and rulers of fifties and rulers of tens. He did institute that. So that's where we got that from, was from Jethro.
Kind and this is interesting, and it's really something to read through this. Again, the way that we are,
Yeah.
because what we're reading, we've said this before. What we read up before our people's journey into Mizraim is a period that we call the time before we became a people.
Right.
So in Mizraim, the Most High told Jacob that he was going to make a mighty people out of us there. So we become a mighty people, and we're up out of Mizraim, out of bondage.
Right.
Now we begin the beginning processes of becoming a nation, with order. You see, that's what's going on right now. Order is being established, and throughout the rest of this chapter, we will read of order being established. And what we know is that order and our foundation is the Most High.
Indeed, Akeem. Good observation. Continuing here, verse 22. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto you, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier on yourself, and they shall bear the burden with you. That way they're not just wearing him out, which make absolutely good sense. Indeed. Verse 23. If you shall do this thing, and the Most High command you so, then you shall be able to endure, and all this people shall go to their place in peace and shalom. So Moshe hearkened unto the voice of his father-in-law and did as he had said. And Moshe chose able men out of Israel and made them heads of the people, rulers of 1,000, rulers of hundreds, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard cause was brought unto Moshe, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moshe let his father-in-law depart and went on his way to his own land. So he came in and did his thing and served his purpose and went on about his business. Praise to God.
Hallelujah.
Indeed. All right. Moshe. Oh, what's up?
Hey, I'm up. All right.
Oh, you up? Okay, go ahead. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. This is the book of Shemoth, Exodus chapter 19. Moshe on Sinai, verse 1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Yasharal were gone forth out of the land of Mizraim, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness, and there Yasharal camped before the mount. So that Rephidim rather, it just means resting places. Seeing that dim on it, it makes it full. So this is like some area that, along the caravan that we were traveling, and now our ancestors have come up before Mount Sinai, right?
Okay.
Verse 3. And Moshe went up to the Most High, and Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, thus shall you say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Yasharal, you have seen what I did unto the Mizrahites, and how I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you into myself. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the erects is mine. So this is the Most High establishing, letting Moshe know his intentions for us as a people.
Right.
This, we often hear people talk about everybody's the same and we're all equal. That's simply not true.
It's not true.
And I'll say this: the Most High didn't choose us because it was something great about us, but He did choose us to be what we read right here. His treasure, his peculiar treasure.
Right.
We don't hear him refer or ever reference any other people this way.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I would go so far, I would go a step further to say, you say it right, when he didn't choose us because we are something special, but him choosing us, I believe, certainly made us something special.
Indeed, and we're going to read that as well. The way that the order that the Most High set us up was to indeed be a special people. You look at the dietary laws and how not eating anything unclean will do for your body and what that's going to do for genetics.
Right.
You read about just so many different parts of the Torah promote a healthy lifestyle and putting your best foot forward, right?
No doubt.
But continuing, verse 6, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a set apart nation. These are the words which you shall speak unto the children of Yasharal. So a kingdom of priests, a set apart nation, right? This is what the Most High intended for his people. Verse 7, and Moshe came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh hath spoken we will do. And Moshe returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, lo, I come unto you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear what I speak with you and believe you forever. And Moshe told the words of the people unto Yahweh. So this is something extraordinary as well. I don't know if you can, picture what the Most High is saying, but this is something straight out of one would say or could argue that this is something out of the sci-fi channel, right? Coming down in a thick of a cloud, yet speaking, having something that can be heard, speaking to Moshe, right? But let's continue. Verse 10, and Yahweh said unto Moshe, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes. So being clean is a part of this walk. It is. And not only our outside, but also our inside spiritually, and sin prevents us from being clean,
Indeed, I can.
Verse 11, and be ready against the third day. For the third day, Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And you shall set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves that you go not up into the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touch the mount shall surely be surely put to death. There shall not a hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through, whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount. So, all praises to the Most High. We are upon that time where, that 7th month, the day of trumpets, Yom Teruth. It's not just something that we do, blowing the trumpets. It was something that signified. It was something with purpose behind the trumpets, right? And this is that order being set up, what we're hearing about.
Indeed,
Verse 14. And Moshe went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. And he said unto the people, be ready against the 3rd day. Come not at your wives. So, this is something that we kind of overlook today. But spiritually, when we have let loose seed, we have become unclean. And so the people might not understand exactly like why he's telling them not to come at their wives right now. Or that, so them hearing it, they're not going to understand. But like later, this will make sense when the rest of Torah is revealed to the people. All right.
I wonder if he gave them more explanation. Is this how they kind of condensed it for the sake of the writing.
I'm not sure. Perhaps we know that, and this is what I've been told as well from different elders over in Kebulon, parts of West Africa. They say that a lot of the Torah was oral. Like what we're reading now is just the written down parts of Torah, but they say that there's oral Torah as well. And I'm not privy to it. Verse 16, and it came to pass on the 3rd day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mountain, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. So, before you and I get started, each and every Sabbath Yom, we fellowship with, bringing in a convocation where, we read Devarim, we read Shemoth 20, and, you bring out Devarim 6, where it says, Shema, Yasharal, Yahweh, our power is unified.
Right.
So knowing that our power is unified, the Father, the Son, and the Ruach, also knowing that each one of these, the Father, the Son, and the Ruach all have different voices. And I forget exactly what it is, but the Father's voice is thunder. The Son's voice sounds like many waters, and the Ruach sounds like a trumpet. So right here present, we have the thunders and we have the trumpet. What would be interesting to do, would be to see if in the Hebrew, if the Aleph and the Tau is present in this chapter.
That's a good idea, Keith. Let me pull it up real quick.
And the reason that I referenced that, we know that Mashiach says that I come in the volume of the book. I am the Aleph and the Tau. Well, I'm seeing here the voice, of the thunders, and I see the trumpet. I don't see many waters, but let's see if he's indeed there. Well, I guess we can do this at some point. You can kind of check it out as I read. The Aleph being that A upside down or on its side, and the Tau being that X. That's what you're looking for.
Kind.
But verse 17, and Moshe brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with the Most High, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Yahweh visits Sinai, verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on smoke, because Yahweh descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moshe spoke, and the Most High answered him by voice. I'd be very surprised if Mashiach or if the Olive in the Tower is not present here.
I'm looking for it. I know it's in here, but I got it. I don't know where I. Hold up. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
I'm gonna see if I can send it to you real quick. All right.
Okay, kind, because I know I got it. It's just I'm looking right over it. I'm sure. Let me see.
This is chapter 19, isn't it?
Kind.
Yeah.
Sword. It's so easy to stuff to get lost in here. Some of this stuff I'm finding, I'm like, I ain't know this. I forgot this was in here. Clean. Yeah, that's crazy. I thought for sure I put it in my. Okay, I just got it from you. I thought for sure.
Okay.
I had it. Okay. Yeah, we good. I'm gonna put it up here and save it.
I see it. I found it.
You found it?
I found it. Verse 7.
Verse 7.
That's the first time that it pops up.
Yeah. Wow. Sure enough, right? I mean, in the wide open here, let me show the people. So right here in verse 7, you see the Aleph and the Ta. Right there, right? So sure enough. And yeah, this is I'd say this is a word though. I think this is one word down here in verse 8. And then
so it's very possible that it shows up further. Let's see, I'm trying to think where I was at. Okay, so we're at we're ready for verse 20.
Okay, kind of ready. Let me jump back.
And Yahweh came down upon Mount Sinai on the top of the mount. And Yahweh called Moshe up to the top of the mount. And Moshe went up. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also, which come near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth upon them. And Moshe said unto Yahweh, the people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for they charge us, saying, set bounds about the mount, and sanctify it. Yahweh said unto him, away, get you down, and you shall come up, you and Aharon with you. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto Yahweh, lest he break forth upon them. So Moshe went down unto the people and spake unto them. All right. Continuing. Book of Shemoth, Exodus chapter 20. Something that, part of our convocation that we, participate in each and every Shabbat.
Yes,
this is the contract, right?
Indeed, okay.
The 10 Commandments. And You know, I'm not totally sure that, you know, we know this is known as the Ten Commandments, but you know, we know that there are other commandments as well. All
Right.
right.
Indeed.
But verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, your power, which have brought you out of the land of Mizraim, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other deities before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the Shemaim above, or that is in the erects beneath, or that is in the water under the erects. You shall not bow down yourself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, your power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your power in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it set apart. 6 days shalt you labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh your power. In it you shall not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates. So just taking a break right here.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people you know, this stranger, it's a possession. It's a
Right.
possession of the people of Yasharal. Right?
Indeed.
Just like Abraham had trained servants.
Right.
Uh, you know, and these weren't people that he mistreated.
Right.
And we, you know, that shouldn't be our desire to, well, you and I talked about this, and it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be some people that are gonna pay for what's been
Right.
done. But
Exactly.
you know, uh, just continuing, just making that mental note of that right there. But continuing, verse 11. For in 6 days Yahweh made the Shemaim and the Rex, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahweh your power giveth you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they were moved and stood afar off. So, you know,
Yeah.
these are, you know, we know our people, man. Like, you know, we see all this going on. This is going to be a dreadful sight for us.
Exactly.
You know, I
Definitely.
can imagine the area smelling like whatever the people had for lunch because people's
Right.
bowel was probably getting loose.
Yeah, I imagine that
You
they'd be
know,
pretty terrifying.
yeah, you got some nervous bubblies, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. We talked about being out there, being out in the field, and and that lightning hit, that thunder hit, and how it'll shake, how it'll chatter your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll just shake you to your core, and just imagine that and smoke and lightning and all of this like right on you like that. Like
Right.
that's yeah. I mean that is whew, fearful to say the least.
Indeed. Huh? Indeed. Verse 19. But it's the beginning of wisdom, you
Yeah,
know, the fear of the
indeed,
Most High.
indeed,
Right.
most definitely.
Verse 19. And they said unto Moshe, speak you with us, and we will hear. But let not the Most High speak with us, lest we die. And Moshe said unto the people, fear not, for the Most High is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. So this all was for a purpose. Like this whole scene, the Most High was trying to instill that fear I and it's real talk. It's real talk to have that fear of the Most High. And
Okay.
what I mean when I say this, back in 2020, when okay, so I came into this walk uh the end of 2018. I think it might have been 2 months left, like in the year. Uh, so at that time, I didn't have any fringe garments. I didn't have any Zeke Zeeks. I was just watching YouTube,
Right.
and keeping the Sabbath.
Mhm.
Uh, fast forward to the summer of 2019. So like 6 months later is when
Mhm.
I actually joined up with a body. And by that time, I had one friend shirt that I would wear each Sabbath. And this stayed like this. So fast forward from the summer of 2019 until like maybe uh yeah, March of 2020,
Uh-huh.
your boy only rocked fringes and tassels on the Sabbath,
Uh,
if I'm being honest.
right, right.
Uh, it wasn't until Israelites started perishing with COVID. So I
Oh,
understood. And not only we got to think about that year 2020,
right,
because,
right.
not only were our people suffering, or people perishing from a plague, but there was also, here locally, we were dealing with rampant homicides.
Right,
The homicides jumped up. So we were dealing with a lot of death.
right.
So in my mind, that fear of the Most High instilled in me.
Yeah,
Look, I could be before him today. It
right.
could be where I don't make it back home. If I'm going to be before him, uh, I'm not perfect, but let me do what he is instructed,
Right.
where
Exactly.
he can see that, okay, this boy wasn't perfect, but he got his fringes on. Like I told him to do that. So
Right.
yeah, I started out from that day forth, every day. I
Yeah.
got fringes on now. Sometimes people might not be able to see them because
Right.
I have it up under my shirt, my polo shirt or whatever. But that's that fear that the Most High was, he desires from us also.
Indeed, and that should be. That's exactly how it should be. So our praises to the Abba. That's that right ruach. That's that ruach that you'll be thirsty and you'll think in your mind, I'm kind of thirsty, but I know the Abba got us. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm.
won't be chiding against the leadership. You won't be chiding against because you're really chiding against him because he the one that set up the leadership. So yeah.
Okay. All right, continuing. Verse 22. Oh, Salaki, verse 22. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, thus shall you say unto the children of Yasharal, you have seen that I have talked with you from Shemaim. You shall not make with me deities of silver, neither shall you make unto you deities of gold. An altar of charrettes shall you make unto me, and shall sacrifice thereon your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen, in all places where I record my name. I will come unto you, and I will bless you. And if you will make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stone. For if you lift up your tool upon it, you have polluted it.
Right.
So again, these are specific instructions.
Indeed.
Our foundation is the Most High. Uh, with all that we got going on as a people.
Mhm.
Uh, Negating that or not bringing that to the forefront, all ventures will fail.
Indeed. Okay.
Verse 26. Neither shall you go up by steps upon mine altar, that your nakedness be not discovered thereon. So yeah, there's order set up. We weren't, even to put our, it's funny that it's not funny at all. This is just it's ironic that he says this, because evidently us being modest in dress and appearance was something that the Most High desired. You know, he didn't want us to be able to look upon each other's nakedness, but now we are such a lewd people,
Oh my
you
goodness.
know.
Oh gracious. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah. All right. But closing out, it's the book of Shemoth, Exodus chapter 21. Ordinances for the people. Continuing to get commandments and instructions. All right.
Indeed.
All right. Verse 1. Now these are the judgments which you shall set before them. You know, judgments.
Right.
Judgments are something that, you know, we can no longer keep. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You tell me if we come across some of these judgments that we can keep now in the land of our captivity. Now, judgments is different from commandments.
Right.
You know, commandments are something that we can keep, right? But we'll read about these judgments.
All right.
All right. Verse 2. If you buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself.
Wow.
And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man shall sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servant do. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed, to sell her unto a strange nation. He shall have no power, seeing he hath dealt deceitfully with her. So, you know, if he didn't want her, he can't go and give her to some heathen people.
Right. And for money.
Verse 9. And if he hath betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters.
Right.
If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money. Personal injuries. Verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. All right. This is a judgment, right?
Right.
And if a man lie not in wait, but the Most High deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint you a place whither he shall flee, those refuge cities.
Cities of refuge, indeed.
Verse 14. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, you shall take him from mine altar that he may die. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall surely put to death. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Right.
And he that curseth father or his mother shall surely be put to death. You know, so what we're hearing here are, you know, it's the continuing of a nation being separating us from other people.
Right.
These things weren't to be tolerated, you know, and it's truly a sad thing to see where we're at now in society and in our community.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be, I mean, you think about this and you think about, 20 years ago, you would never think in your life a mother or a son or a daughter cussing at their mother or father. You know what I'm saying? Cussing with them, talking to them like they're talking to their buddies. Like that's not
Mm-hmm.
something that was a part of our culture. Other other
Come.
other nations did that. Our people didn't do that. But now,
Just up in Chicago, fifth day. I believe it was either fifth day or fourth day. There was a 17-year-old Israelite child, and I call him Israelite child. He's Negro child that shot his mother in the face
goodness,
4 times.
my gracious.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
oh,
yeah, it's just we are so lawless,
yeah,
and we suffer from a result.
my goodness.
All right. Verse 17, or Slakia, verse 18. And if men strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. So again, this promotes uprightness with the people.
Exactly. Because now, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it
Right,
to me to get into a fist fight with my brother because
right.
I hurt you? Now I gotta pay you. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
lost. Right.
yeah, it's a double lose. You know what? You don't even worry about it. Just you go that way, I'm
Right.
gonna go this way, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, verse 20. And if a man smiteth his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished.
Mm.
Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money.
Right.
If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then you shall give life for life,
Mm.
eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, strike for strike.
Mm.
And if a man smite the eye of his servant, or the eye of his servant's maid, that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake.
Mm.
And if he smite out his manservant's tooth, or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake.
Mm.
If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall be surely stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit.
Mm.
But if the ox were wont to push with his horns in times past, and it have been testified to his owner, and he had not kept him in, but that he had killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death.
Wow.
So I posed the question, can we keep these judgments now? I say we can't. But these judgments are definitely coming back,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's gonna be spiritually applied, it's like, you and I don't have ox or anything like that now, but suppose you or I had we had a motorcycle, right? And the motorcycle was broke, but I allowed somebody to go out and ride my motorcycle, and they were injured on my motorcycle that was faulty. This is like how this would be spiritually applied, in that situation, just one example of many.
Kind of, I can see that.
All right. Verse 30. If there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatsoever is laid upon him, whether he have gored a son or have gored a daughter, according to his judgment shall it be done unto him.
Mm.
If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or an ass or a donkey fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be his.
Mm.
And if one man's ox hurt another's that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in times past, and his owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. So uh, I imagine
Hmm.
uh, coming up out of Mizraim in haste with wagons being pulled by ox
Yeah.
and people trying to leave in a hurry.
Hmm.
I'm sure there were a lot of injuries by ox,
Yeah.
which kind of why we read what we're reading here.
Right. Yeah. That. You think about a cow, which would be equivalent to an ox back then, and having that cow, and you see in other cultures, people use those cows and walk them, and I'm surprised that they mentioned a goat even, because you've seen goats charge people and butt them. You know what I'm saying? Like your goat butting people, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be in trouble because that's gonna probably cause a problem as well. So we'll get into more of those. Um, really good stuff. I mean, great, great, great stuff. I'll be honest, I didn't realize I had read 4 chapters.
Yeah, time.
That's what I was about to get to the next one. It's strange. My head not hurt anymore, but all praises to the Abba finally. Uh, it's you see the sun about to get down. It's getting dark already. But as far as what we covered here, man, good stuff. It's always good to get into this tour, and honestly, uh, you can't read the Torah enough. You really can't. And for us to read it, we read it. Now we're back in it. We into the second book of it, and it's such good stuff. You learn every time. I learned every time that we've opened this up, and we're looking at it. Fresh eyes, fresh thoughts, fresh uh, spirit, even ready to receive. Something new, and it's good. It's all good stuff. Uh, keeping these things in mind will have you ready to deal with your people properly. Understanding these things will have you ready to deal with your people properly. Understanding these things, you won't just imagine if I got a liability that I cause harm to somebody of my own people, even in this captivity. Would it be meet for me to try to evade the responsibility? No, that would be foolish because the Most High have shown me these things, and we've read them in the text. So for me to mess around with that, that would be foolish. That would be inviting the Most High to put me on His list, make my life harder. Let me just make this thing right and move forward because I don't want to give. I don't want to be a burden to you. I don't want the Most High to be a burden to me. That's really what it boils down to. How do I want the Most High to deal with me? Because how I deal with my brothers and my sister, this is how the Most High is going to deal with me. So I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna do well, and expect him to do well with me. So, but yeah, that's what my takeaway is from this. Go ahead, Aki. You got something?
Indeed, man, it's some really good stuff here. I love hearing about it. This we got Yom Teru coming up. We got Day of Atonement. Shortly after that, we've got Sukkot. Shortly after that. These are the stories that need to be told and read before our people, our children, so that we remember. Our people at this point are going from camp to camp, from site to site. Living in Sukkots, living in booths. Living off the land, literally. Living with what they're given, and if they really look at it, it's their cups runneth over. Now, we've already read of some murmuring. We'll continue to read of murmuring. We can draw a parallel between this generation and that generation in so many different ways. We ought to do better, though. We ought to do better than our forefathers, our ancestors, and learn to just totally trust the Most High, right? And I pray that happens. And I pray that we're able to come together, brother to brother and sister to sister. 12 tribes, one nation. I digress. All praises to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praises to the Abba. The power is so wonderful. And, man, we are fortunate to have him because he could have, we could be anybody. And we ended up being his. So, that's just such a barakah. But we're going to go ahead and close out here. 7:36. Still a little bit of sunshine. Still a little bit of daylight left. But it's quickly getting dark. So we'll close out with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 12 and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important that we understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this is the entire reason that we are here. I am Yaakazaki Yahu, joined by my most esteemed Akenanaya, Salakia Akenanaya, giving all Salakia, my goodness, I'm getting drainage right now. Salakia, excuse me, please. Giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who were scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa Baruchim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant. And back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone. Until that day come, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, Mishpachah.